I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the first edition of Future of Work virtual conference hosted by Ashoka University. The theme of the conference is Shaping the Organizations of the Future, and we are proud to bring together corporate leaders, global thinkers, and HR professionals to discuss how the COVID-19 pandemic is reshaping organizations and redefining the future of work. On the one hand, as organizations explore new ways of working anytime, anywhere, they are seeing many benefits, including increased flexibility and diversity, greater working time autonomy, and higher productivity. And on the other hand, there is an emerging need for a new normal skill set. We promise you an exciting day ahead with several distinguished speakers, leaders in their respective fields, including Harvard Business School professors, several eminent CEOs, HR leaders, and global experts who will share their thoughts on how adaptive and inclusive workplaces will redefine the future of organizations. At this point in time, we are very proud to say that we have over 3,500 registrations. I would like to thank our partners, Harvard Business School India Research Center, Harvard Business Publishing, FICCI, MHRD, Your Story, TIE, CII, and NASSCOM for helping us spread the message far and wide to a community that will benefit immensely. The conference is divided into 3 sessions. The topic for session 1 is Working Anytime, Anywhere and Virtual Internships. Following that, we have a session on Leadership for the Future. The topic for session 2 is Redesigning the Workplace, a New Normal for Women and Young Leaders. Session 3 will be a discussion on new skills post-COVID, critical thinking, effective communication, and social responsibility. Our grand finale is a dual session with 2 Harvard Business School professors. It is an honor for me to introduce Ashish Dhawan, the true fountainhead of this conference on shaping the organizations of the future. Ashish Dhawan is a founding member of Ashoka University and the founder and chairman of Central Square Foundation. Prior to this, he worked for 20 years in the investment management business and ran one of India's leading private equity funds, Chris Capital. After 20 years, he left his full-time role at Chris Capital to pursue his goal of creating social impact via philanthropic investments in the school education space. An MBA with distinction from Harvard Business School and a dual bachelor from Yale University, Ashish also serves on the board of several not-profit organizations, including Akansha Foundation, Teach for India, Center for Civil Society, Janakra, Bharti Foundation, and India School Leadership Institute. Welcome, Ashish.
Thank you, Priyanka, and welcome everyone to the Future of Work Conference hosted by Ashoka University. I must say that this has really emerged out of a conversation that I've been having with Anjali Raina, who leads the Harvard Business School India Research Center. And I've had the honor of chairing the advisory board of the center. This is my 2nd term. And Anjali and her team have been doing work on this idea of future of work. This is a Harvard Business School initiative, much before COVID, where faculty members have been looking at how the workplace is changing, and therefore you need a variety of different skill sets and looking at emerging trends and technologies related to that. And then as sort of COVID hit all of us, Ashoka, all our partners, we thought this was an appropriate moment to really reimagine the future of work, because so much that we thought was far-fetched in terms of the ideas that the professors at Harvard Business School have been talking about around work from anywhere. I mean, this is a concept that Prithviraj Chaudhary, who will be speaking later today, has written case studies on, done research on. And we would have thought it's far-fetched. Most CEOs were uncomfortable with this idea of a flexible workplace or even the idea of working from home, and I think COVID has made many CEOs and CXOs realize that it's possible to work from home. There are certain kinds of workers who are highly motivated and frankly, maybe more motivated to work from home. So I think it begs the idea of, can we redesign the workplace to be more favorable to a variety and more inclusive in a sense? I mean, whether it's younger people who, with shifting demographics, who have different needs, women who often have not been able to progress. And we know that female participation rate in India and even the percentage of women who are CEOs or board members is exceedingly low. And can this be a new normal as we design more inclusive workplaces, but workplace that's not designed for men? Because the 9 to 6:30 workplace was really designed historically, keeping the male of the household who has a certain role to play in mind. And given that that role is changing, could we redesign the workplace? I think there are all kinds of new opportunities that spring up as we think about these ideas. I mean, could we now tap into a labor pool that is sitting beyond the city that we work in? So it's no longer work from home assumes that you're in the same city and that you're working from home a couple of days a week, or when post-COVID, and then going back to work maybe 3 or 4 days a week. Work from anywhere says that, if you can lower costs by going to tier 2, tier 3 cities, maybe even increase employee satisfaction. If an employee can live in the same city as their parents or where they've grown up, not only will they be willing to accept a slightly lower wage, but more importantly, they have the pleasure of being able to live in their hometown with their parents, with other family members, etc. And could this be an era where, tier 2, tier 3 cities, the talent sitting there who want to be there can now be more connected with the global workplace, and in particular, larger and mid-sized Indian companies. So more of this sort of gig economy concept being applied to more traditional companies as well. And I think Professor Fuller will talk about this, that in the future, we'll see many people potentially have, multiple jobs. And right now it's a small percentage of the workforce, but it could rise more rapidly. And people engaging with traditional employers may also have more than one job. I think there's also this idea around, recruitment. We tend to go to a few places for recruitment. I think there's the opportunity to rethink how recruitment is done. If virtual internships are a possibility, there may be a way to engage with, whether it's business school students or undergraduate students, have them work as interns over the summer virtually. It doesn't impose as much on the workplace. Obviously, you need to coordinate much more effectively, but give students projects. And as opposed to just looking at their resume and what GPA they got at their institution or where they went to college, you have the opportunity to really screen to see who's motivated, the quality of work that they put in, are they a team player or not? And because you can engage with them virtually, they're not just disconnected and doing a project, but actually be, have a mentor within the organization. So I think all these new possibilities will be examined as as the speakers sort of lay out their thoughts and as these panels, have these discussions. And then right at the end, the faculty members will sort of pull it all together for us. And there's a last thought I want to leave you with is this COVID era, I think, has also made us realize that there may be certain new skills and attributes that we need in the workplace. Maybe we need more diversity in the workplace now, and we can pull in more diverse skill sets. Collaboration becomes more important. Clearly, communication skills, both oral communication skills, but also written communication skills are critical. I think dealing with ambiguity is absolutely critical. And being motivated, having a love for learning, being motivated, being a self-starter is really critical. So I think thinking about, as we evaluate people in the workplace and who are going to be future leaders and what are the types of people we want to induct into the company, should all be cut from the same cloth? Or do we need people with these other skill sets as well, these 21st century skills? I think that will come to the forefront in this post-COVID era. So I think this is an exciting moment to reimagine the workplace, to think about the future of work. I want to thank all our partners, not just the Harvard Business School and HBP, but also FICCI, NHRDN, Your Story, and many others who've come together to work with us to pull this off.